Hello, everyone. Today we're doing a film session on the Indianapolis Colts offense. This is a game that they played against the Dallas Cowboys in Week 15 of the 2018 season. I want you to keep an eye on Ryan Hewitt, number 45 here. The Colts are in 11 personnel. They've got 3 receivers in the game, 1, 2, and 3, and 1 back and 1 tight end. Hewitt's going to come down and he's going to block Jalen Smith and seal that in the middle off, and then Quentin Nelson is going to take Antoine Woods and flatten him, and Marlon Mack is going to run right in between them. It's really well done. Let's watch this. So you got Ryan Hewitt coming down the line, and he's zeroing in on Jalen Smith. Nelson is holding his man up, and Mack runs right in between them, and you see Nelson puts his man on the ground and almost makes it into the end zone. Let's watch that play from this angle here. So you got Ryan Hewitt coming down. He's going to take Jalen Smith out of the play. And watch, Nelson's going to do his part. Let's watch how this plays out here. Right there. Look at that. Give him a nice hole to run through. That's well done by the Colts. The Colts are in 11 personnel again. You have Dontrell Inman, Chester Rogers, and T.Y. Hilton as your receivers, and your back Marlon Mack and your tight end Ebron here. Now, this is 2nd and 1, and watch T.Y. just run a drag route. He's going to run a drag route right behind the defense. It's one of my favorite routes to run myself. I like to put this in the playbook whenever I get a chance. You just basically drag the receiver across the field right behind the defensive line. And a lot of times they go unnoticed and they come uncovered on the other end. Let's watch how this plays out. So you got T.Y. just fighting the way through. And the pass is there. T.Y. just can't hang on to it. Now, it's not a perfect pass, but it's one T.Y. should have caught. Let's keep an eye here. I want you to watch DeMarcus Lawrence here on Braden Smith. Now, DeMarcus is lined well. He's wide out there. He used to see Dwight Freeney do that for the Colts all the time. But watch Braden Smith. He just can't handle DeMarcus Lawrence being that far out, and puts pressure on Luck and makes him get rid of it quick. Let's watch this. Yeah, you can see, Braden Smith didn't have a chance, and the ball should have been caught. Okay, so the Colts are going to send Pascal in motion, set him up in the slot here, and I want you to watch Mo Alley Cox on this play, number 81. He's going to come down and get a really good block to seal the backside of this, and then watch Quentin Nelson take on Antoine Woods. He's going to put him on his back and give just enough room between these two blocks, between Mo Alley Cox coming down and Quentin Nelson sealing this defensive tackle. Give Marlon Mack just enough room to get in there and make this touchdown. So Pascal's going in motion. Here comes Mo Alley Cox. Mo Alley Cox gets the block. Marlon Mack runs right behind it, and look at Quentin Nelson just put his man down. And we'll get a little bit more appreciation for this from the other angle. This is well done. Now, in the NFL, it's not usually just one block that makes it happen. It's usually a couple blocks that really make the difference. And here you're going to see Mo Alley Cox and Quentin Nelson. You got Cox here and Nelson really seal this and give just enough of a small lane for Marlon Mack to get through there. Look at that. Look at that block. Marlon Mack just finds that little squiver of a hole and just enough to get in there for the touchdown. Okay, so the Colts go empty back here, but they're still in 11 personnel, and I'll explain to you how they're still in 11 personnel. There's 2 receivers here bunched along with Eric Ebron, and then there's another receiver here, and then this running back wide out here to the right, that is Nyheim Hines. Now Nyheim Hines, he was drafted because of his receiving capabilities. He's a good running back, But really, he was drafted to play this role in the offense. They expected to be able to use 11 personnel and put him on the line. And this is his reason for being here. I want you to watch as Andrew Luck gets the ball out to him quickly, and he makes Jalen Smith miss and picks up a good chunk of yardage here. So that's a good pass. Jalen Smith should have him dead to rights right there, but look at that. He's got a little Darren Sproles to him. If he can get his issues with ball security under control, then he might have a pretty good future in the NFL. Look at this pocket here, just perfectly holed up for Andrew Luck. Look at this pocket. Outstanding job. Look at that. All right, so let's look at a little bit of RPO that the Colts run from time to time. Andrew Luck is going to have the option to either hand this ball off to Marlon Mack or throw the ball on a quick strike. Let's watch this. Watch this unfold. You can always tell the Colts RPOs when they're coming. So Andrew Luck kept it. Now Eric Ebron drops the ball. That was something that plagued him in his entire career at Detroit, and he still had a problem with that this year, although he was much better. But Andrew Luck is basically reading the backside of this, and he has the option to either hand this off to Marlon Mack or make that throw to Ebron. And it was the right decision to throw it to Ebron. It was just Eric Ebron just didn't catch it. There you go, right in his hands. Would have been a nice play, nice gain. So let's watch this play. This is a pretty nifty little play that the Colts have in their playbook. They're gonna fake this jet sweep and then hand the ball off to Marlon Mack. Let's roll the tape here. Little pitch back to Marlon Mack, and he's got his center in front of him, Ryan Kelly, and that's a nice gain for a first down. Let's watch this from this side. Going to have the fake jet sweep pitch to Marlon Mack, and first down. Okay, so I picked this play because it's a staple in the Colts offense. You're going to see a comeback route here ran by T.Y. Hilton, and Andrew Luck shows off his accuracy on these type of routes and these type of plays. Let's roll the tape and watch this. So there he's coming back. He's got 3 defensive players around him. Andrew Luck's getting ready to throw this ball, and look at that. You just can't do it much better than that. That's when a receiver and a quarterback have been doing it for a long time together. Again, look at the protection that Luck gets, and look at this. Look at that ball placement. Everything about this play is absolutely perfect. All right, so I'm going to show you back-to-back passes to T.Y. Hilton, and Hilton is going to find the softness over the zone here. And one of the things, if you watch Colts games, if you watch many Colts games, you know that once these two, 12 and 13, start getting going and they start getting in a groove, it's hard to stop them once you get them going. Colts are again in 11 personnel. You've got 1 back, 1 tight end, 3 receivers. This ball's going to T.Y. Hilton the entire way. He's the first read. All right, so he's going to sit down in the zone right there. There's some pressure that does come to Luck. Anthony Costanzo has some problems with that right defensive end, but look at this. Just right over the linebacker, right down into the softness of that zone. I want to highlight one of the things that make Marlon Mack a pretty special back, and that's his patience. He doesn't get too excited and try to jump at the first thing sometimes. He knows if he follows his blockers, good things are going to happen. And he's very disciplined. I want you to watch this as we roll. So he's got the block in, and he's just patient. He's very patient. He gets his patience gets him a lot of yards. Let's watch this from this angle here. Good blocking. Costanzo and Mo Alley Cox. It's a good job. The Colts again are in 11 personnel. They got 1 tight end, 1 back, Marlon Mack, Mo Alley Cox, and 3 receivers. I want you to watch the play action here, and Luck does a good job stepping up into the pocket, but he overthrows T.Y. Hilton. He can't find him down the field, and T.Y. is wide open. Let's take a look at this. Got the good fake there, and then Luck's going to climb the pocket, and he just overthrows T.Y. So not a good throw by Luck. He did everything else right, and the play was well designed. You can see the receiver going into motion. That's Chester Rogers that just went into motion. Fake the handoff, play action, and just put a little too much on that one. Okay, sometimes scheme just wins. Sometimes you just have a play that just wins and the defense just falls asleep. Now, the Colts are in 11 personnel again. They got the one tight end out here. That's Eric Ebron, and you got Nyheim Hines in the backfield. Now they're going to motion Hines over behind these bunch receivers here. They're going to motion him behind them. If I'm a defense playing the Colts and I see Hines motioning out, I'm going to keep a pretty good eye on him, because a lot of times whenever this happens, the ball very likely is going to him. So let's watch how this plays out. Hines is going into motion. And let's pause this right here. No one picks him up. You've got safety coming up trying to get the crosser over the middle, and this linebacker here has no chance. Look at this. No one picks up Hines. He's wide open over the middle of the field. That's a breakdown in the defense. And it's because of the Colts shifting that confused the Dallas Cowboys defense. This is wide open. Can't draw it up any better than that. I'm going to give 2 kudos out on this play. The first kudos is going to this offensive line, because wait until you see the hole that they open up for Marlon Mack. The second one is watch Marlon Mack make people miss once he gets into second level here. Let's roll this and watch this happen. Look at these running lanes. That's excellent blocking by the Colts all the way down the field. You're going to appreciate this even more from this angle. Watch these linemen just clear the way for Marlon Mack. Look at this. That is beautiful blocking and excellent shiftiness from Marlon Mack to get more yards out of it. Going to have to give a little bit more love to this offensive line here, and Marlon Mack. Next play. Mo Alley Cox goes in motion. Look at this blocking. Look at the block that Mo Alley Cox just made. And Marlon Mack isn't even touched until he gets in the end zone. Let's watch this block that Mo Alley Cox makes from this angle. And I'm motioning him. Again, another theme here is when you see Mo Alley Cox motion, he's probably going to do a cut back the other way with his block. Look at this. Look at that. Marlon Mack's not even touched until he gets in the end zone. That's outstanding blocking. This is not your daddy's Colts, okay? This is an offensive line that will run the ball. They will run the ball. Okay, there's 2 things that I'm going to point out on this next play. Number 1 being that no one in the NFL runs a better double move than T.Y. Hilton. He's been doing it ever since he's probably 10 years old. He's mastered a double move, and he's been able to produce at high levels in the NFL, catching deep balls because of double moves. And I'm getting ready to show you on this play exactly how he does it and how he sets people up. The second thing I want to point out to you is anyone questioning Andrew Luck's arm strength, they don't need to question that, okay? This play right here is going to prove to you. Now, this is week 15 of the 2018 season. He wasn't throwing the ball like this in week 5. It took him a while to get back to this point. But his arm strength is back because he throws a 40-yard rope here. T.Y. is going to set this up. Look at that. That is as good as it gets. As good as it gets. So let's watch this one more time. Andrew Luck, watch him fire this ball. This is a missile for over 40 yards. A missile. you're going to see this ball just come right into your computer screen here. Or your phone, whatever you're using to watch this. Look at this missile. He just drops it right in there. And that's just a small glimpse at the Indianapolis Colts offense. I like how they can run the ball and throw the ball. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL when healthy, and now they can run the ball too. I see no reason why this team won't be in the hunt and be playoff and Super Bowl contenders for the foreseeable future. And that's going to do it for me today. Thanks for watching my film session. If you liked them, please hit subscribe, and I'll talk to everyone again soon.